Welcome back to IELTS Navigator Pro. Are you ready to conquer the IELTS Speaking Part 2, the cue card task? This is a vital chunk of the IELTS speaking test, and today we're about to dissect its complexities. The cue card task, known as Part 2 of the IELTS speaking test, is a unique challenge. You're bestowed with a task card featuring a specific topic, and you'll have a minute to gear up before you have to verbalize for 2 continuous minutes. Seems like a breeze? Well, it's not as straightforward as it appears, particularly when you ponder over the 4 question types: person, place, object, and past or future activity monologue. Each question type necessitates a divergent approach, a different mindset. It's akin to a puzzle you have to decipher in real time under pressure. However, fret not. With the correct strategies and preparation, you can triumph over this task confidently. Stick around as we unravel the secrets to acing the cue card task. Let's kick things off with note-taking, a vital part of your preparation. As we explore the art of note-taking, let's bear in mind that it's more than simply scribing words. It's about crafting a roadmap for your thoughts, a blueprint for your response. When you're presented with a cue card, the minute of preparation time might seem fleeting, but with effective note-taking, you can maximize every second. Let's discuss the person monologue. You could be asked to describe a person you admire or who has had an impact on you. Begin by jotting down key attributes of that person. Say if you're talking about your grandfather, you might note wise, a storyteller, gardener. These keywords will act as cues steering your monologue. Following that is the place monologue. Suppose you're describing a city you've visited. Write down the name, then detail it with unique features, experiences, or emotions linked to the place. For instance, Paris, Eiffel Tower, romantic, croissants at dawn. For the object monologue, you could be describing a beloved possession. In this case, your notes should include not only the object's physical attributes, but also its emotional connotations. For example, grandmother's locket, gold, vintage, family heirloom, nostalgia. Lastly, the past or future activity monologue. Here, the sequence of events is critical. If you're describing your last vacation, start with the planning phase, followed by the journey, and finally the experiences. Similarly, for a future, arrange your plans in sequential order. Remember, these notes are solely for you. They need not be complete sentences. They don't even have to make sense to anyone else but you. They're there to trigger your memory, to aid you in composing a vibrant, coherent narrative. One final tip. Utilize abbreviations and symbols whenever they're excellent time savers. For example, instead of writing important, you might simply note IMP. Instead of experience, try EXP. With note-taking under your belt, let's move on to structuring your response. But before we move, there's one more vital tip to bear in mind. Practicing in front of a mirror can immensely improve your speaking skills. This method helps you gain confidence, become aware of your facial expressions, and refine your overall presentation. Communication is not just about what you say, but also how you say it. Think of structuring your response as building a house. You need a solid foundation, sturdy walls, and a secure roof. Consider your introduction as the foundation. It's your opportunity to set the scene and grab the examiner's attention. Whether you're discussing a person, a place, an object, or a past or future event, your introduction should briefly touch upon what you're going to talk about. For instance, if you're discussing a cherished object, you could start with, "The object I hold most dear is a vintage wristwatch that belonged to my grandfather." After the introduction, you've laid the groundwork to construct the walls of your response, the body. This is where you delve into the details, providing the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Continuing with our example, you could elaborate on the watch's appearance, its sentimental value, and the memories attached to it. Now, just as a house needs a roof to be complete, your response requires a conclusion to tie everything together. This doesn't have to be complex. A simple summary of your main points or a statement about why the topic is significant to you can work perfectly. To conclude the wristwatch example, you could say, "This wristwatch is more than just a timepiece to me. It's a cherished link to my past and a constant reminder of my beloved grandfather." Remember, coherence is key. Ensure that your points flow logically from one to another, much like how rooms in a house connect seamlessly. Use transitional phrases such as furthermore, however, on the other hand, and for instance, to guide your listener through your narrative. Let's also not forget the power of storytelling. Engage your listener by painting a vivid picture with your words. Regardless of the topic, your goal is to make your listener feel as if they're experiencing your story firsthand. Here's an additional tip. Make it a habit to record your responses for self-evaluation. Nothing beats hearing yourself speak to identify areas for improvement and to track your progress. Essentially, a well-structured response consists of an engaging introduction, a detailed body, and a succinct conclusion. It's coherent, logical, and vividly descriptive. And remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice and evaluate your responses, the more natural it will become. A well-structured response puts you halfway to success. Up next, we'll tackle the art of time management. In the IELTS Speaking Part 2, every second counts. Mastering management is a critical component of your success in the cue card task. It's like a game of chess, where every move, every second counts. Let's delve into this concept and learn how to make the most of your time. First, understand the time limit. You're given 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to speak. By sticking to these limits, you ensure your response is concise and to the point. Remember, brevity is the soul of wit. Now, how can we manage our time effectively? For a person, break down your response into 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. Spend around 40 seconds on each. This way you can introduce the person, describe them, and conclude with your personal opinion or experience in a timely manner. For a place monologue, use the same strategy. However, remember to spend a little more time describing the place's appearance and atmosphere. It's like painting a picture with words, and you want to make sure your audience can visualize the place you're talking about. When it comes to an object monologue, focus on describing the object's features, purpose, and importance to you. Here, the balance of time is critical. Don't spend too much time on features, leaving little to no time for the object's significance. Lastly, a past or future activity monologue, structure your response chronologically. Start by setting the scene, then describe the activity, and finally, reflect on its impact or significance. This approach not only aids in time management, but also helps to keep your response organized and coherent. A crucial step to further enhance your performance is having frequent conversations in English. This will enable you to improve your overall fluency, increase your comfort level with the language, and allow you to express yourself more naturally and confidently within the given time frame. Remember, practice makes perfect. Try timing yourself while practicing, and with time, you'll naturally develop a sense of how long 2 minutes really is and how to fit your thoughts neatly within this frame. Mastering time management can be the game changer between success and failure. Get it right, and you're almost there. Let's quickly recap the strategies for acing the cue card task. First, we dove into the art of note-taking. Remember, jotting down keywords and phrases can be a game changer. It helps you organize your thoughts and stay on track. The second strategy we explored was structuring your response. A well-structured response has a clear beginning, middle, and end. It's like telling a story. It should flow naturally and logically. Our third strategy revolved around mastering time management. The key is to avoid rushing, but also avoid rambling. Be concise, be precise. And above all, practice makes perfect. These strategies are not a magic wand that will instantly perfect your performance. They are tools that, with practice and perseverance, will help you improve over time. Armed with these strategies, you're all set to conquer the IELTS Speaking Part 2. Imagine you're on your device watching this video. You see the like button below this video. It's just sitting there waiting for you to click. Now go ahead, click it. Did you hear that sound? That was the sound of you joining a community of IELTS champions. Next, you see the subscribe button. It's next to the like button. It's a bit bigger, a bit bolder. It's calling out to you. Go on, click it. There you go. Did you feel that? That was the feeling of becoming a part of the IELTS Navigator Pro community. Remember, every click is a step towards success. Every subscription is a commitment to your IELTS journey. So, let's conquer the IELTS together, one click at a time. Join our community of IELTS champions and let's make every click count.